This episode is brought to you by Between Magic and Dreams by Brian D. Covington. And I'm just looking at the cover, y'all, and this is so dope. There's a big ass sword. I apologize for cursing from the beginning, but it's just like, go check out this book. It is available hardcover, paperback, digital, audiobook, on We Buy Black. Support your indie bookstores, and I am reading the bonus blurb just so you can get a vibe. What if out of the blue you were saddled with a task that would most certainly ruin your weekend plans? What would you do if you were to look to the side at this very moment to see a creature of myth and legend, beckoning you to do things that defy common sense? Quinn finds himself in just a predicament. Follow him on a journey that will either leave him twisting in the depths of oblivion or riding the winds of change, because as it turns out, we've never owned our reality. We're just renting it. So definitely check this gorgeous covered book by a Black author, Brian D. Covington, Between Magic and Dreams, and check them out in Instagram, Facebook, and the website betweenmagicanddreams.com. Hit them on the socials, support the sponsor and dope authors, and let's begin the show. Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a podcast and safe space for Black and marginalized creatives to empower, educate, and uplift you through the final product of self and creation. Bring a homie, share with a homie, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to Creatively Exposed, and it is a, late night episode. But it is a celebration today. I will not be talking Lovecraft Country because I'm not going to be able to see it. The finale was yesterday. If you're listening today, Monday. It is Monday. And I just got so much to do, and I'm cringing at the fact that I gotta ninja Assassin's Creed my way through all of the socials so I don't get it spoiled. Unless I'm gonna watch it, it's not even something I want to watch now. It's not. Because then I'm not gonna watch it completely. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Thank you to all of the folks listening from wherever in the world that you are from. Thank you. This weekend, I had the honor and privilege to be a part of history, I would say. History. FIYAHCON 2020. Bruh. Oh my God. So to those who don't know what this is, it is a convention, a con, put together by Black, Indigenous people of color, and it is where writers and lovers of sci-fi come together, and it was a Black and brown ass experience. When I tell you an experience, bruh, it don't even, I'm still absorbing everything that transpired from Friday to Sunday, which is my today at 8. Like, the panels were beyond amazing. And like, I've never seen a panel where there are Black and brown people on the full panel. Like, there's no token person. It's just people from all parts of the globe on these panels having these blunt conversations You know, it was anything from being able to be unapologetic about our dialects, our languages in our writing, to discussing racism in these books, especially like Lovecraft. There was a panel called Usurping Lovecraft. Lit AF. Discussing how to write certain things, begin stories, write short fiction, great games. There was like a game show called M Dash, which phenomenal. What else? We had special guest speakers. There's like my to be reads book list. That's just off of like the panelists alone. This does not include all of the dope writers. There was like 500 maybe in the Discord. I've never used Discord before, and I didn't realize that I would actually enjoy a big ass group chat so much. I've been to cons. Usually the cons that I've been to are like Comic Cons and cosplays and different things. And I ain't talking to nobody. Cause y'all know, as extroverted as I may sound behind the mic, I am an introvert. I ain't gonna talk to strangers. So the fact that I was able to connect with so many people and just have these insightful, amazing conversations, and then the Ignite Awards. Oh my God. So, first of all, the categories are, for me, it's something I've never seen. Like, they discussed magazines, poetry, different books from different genres that are often overlooked. I already said literary magazines. They discussed booktubers. They discussed like people in the literary community, teams, and I feel like they also discussed audio. They gave awards for audio. They gave awards for podcasts. And we're talking about like sci-fi podcasts. And these are all like black and brown folk. Like, we are not talking about whatever else is out there in the mainstream taking up all of the space. It literally was a seeing and experiencing of black and brown people in these spaces that are overlooked, that are made to feel unwelcome in these spaces, are just kind of like, yeah, here, you good, whatever. That was not here. Like, there was joy, there was conversation in each panel. I can't even think of all the panels. They did say they had like gigs of panel information. Oh, there was another panel about your book cover. There were panels about there are some panels I couldn't even like watch, even though I really wanted to, but it's like I can't be in two places at once, even though I really would like to. World building. Yo, like, world building. Like, since when do you get a useful panel that you actually really learn something? There was about editors, there was about agents, there was panels of abolitionist sci-fi. Yo, where else? Where else they do that at? I ain't seen it before. What else? I don't know. I looked at my schedule, and my schedule was full. I told everyone, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be at FIYAHCON. Do not need me, because I will be here in this experience. Don't really call me, unless it's like break time. And even in between my break time, I was a part of something really special that I will put out into the universe later. I'll wait for when it gets advise that it's gonna come out and all that stuff. But like, you know what this weekend did? It affirms that we deserve to take up space. And when I say we, I'm directly speaking to my Black and brown folks. Like, we deserve to take up space. And it's not only taking up as if we're encroaching on space, it's to create the spaces that we have, that we have not had previously. I'm really close to the mic, so if you hear me like extra breathing, I'm sorry. And you deserve to be in the rooms that you walk in. You deserve to create your own rooms that you walk in. There were so many gems, like one, and these are only all from today because yesterday and Friday, I'm overwhelmed. The one that sticks out to me is that, dear Black and brown people, you have your ego when it comes to your creations, because your ego is resistance, and 𝘵𝘰𝘥𝘢𝘀 said that, and I posted it on my Twitter. Like, if you really want to like feel the vibe, check my personal Twitter. It's @LizFlow, and just go through like my weekend tweets if that's something that you really want to do, because I was practically live tweeting my experience because it was so lit. Like, FIYAHCON was lit, okay? Pun intended. And it's just wild to see something that I feel like only a few people could dream about. But like an award ceremony and a Black and brown ass convention that was useful and affirming and safe, and we could talk about the bullshit that goes on in the publishing industry, in the writing industry, and learn like, okay, these are the things that we can do to move within these spaces, but also you're experiencing something that didn't exist and it was made happen. And as it was made happen, even with any issues with technology, folks were like, oh, it's not up yet, cool, like let's just talk or whatever. And people were talking and connecting. Like any other space, tell me of a space where you've been, where it has been inclusive and welcoming and supportive and inspiring. Yeah. I mean, Levar motherfucking Burton was there. Levar Burton, y'all. Oh my God. I cried. I know I teared up at least a couple of times. And then he gave this like amazing speech and everybody was geeking, and we were, if you are from the Reading Rainbow time period, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I just felt warm and fuzzy inside and supported. Oh my God. I got a fangirl because it was literally the best. Like, between Voodoo Knots and FIYAHCON, like, my whole Black ass heart is so full. It's so full. And some of the people, some of the teachers were hosting, so that was really cool. It was kind of like full circle, right? And one of the panelists, I gotta find his name because I want to say it properly. But one of the panelists, he was actually the special guest. And two things. The coolest thing is that in the Discord, after the panelists would like have the conversation, we could ask them, and then they would come into the chat and talk with us. And that's dope because it always feels like anybody who's on a panel is like untouchable and we can't discuss things. it's like, oh, let me leave this person alone. But it was actually